Okay, so a lot of you have asked me over the past few years about the transition and about what starts the downswing. So I, I've been asked this so many times, and I've replied to it a couple times in comments. It's very, for me as a coach, it's much easier if I can see your swing and then I can say, okay, if you're feeling like your hips are out racing your downswing, let me see what that looks like, and I can go ahead and assess it, and then I can give you the next, hopefully the best feeling or the best sensation to improve your particular swing. But so if you're a part of the Facebook group, you know, you can always post your videos there. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, click the link in the video, or sorry, click the link in the description. That'll take you to the place where you can see more about the Facebook group. But I'm going to try to just make some generalizations and give you guys some ideas about the transition and about the changing points in the golf swing that will hopefully help you understand a little bit more about what starts first in the downswing and maybe what you guys should be focusing on. So number one, in the backswing, no matter where our weight starts, if we're a better player, if we're a good ball striker, our first kind of move back will push our weight just slightly into the right foot. So when I say weight, and I did another video on pressure, and what I really mean to say is pressure actually, because I may not be moving my center, what feels like my center of gravity, I may not be moving that in this direction, but as I turn, there's some torquing against my right side. So my right knee will kind of tend to straighten a little bit there. My right leg will kind of take the pressure and kind of act like a kickstand to hold that up. So that's the first bit. It'll shift pressure into my right leg. And that's one of the reasons we set up with that braced right leg, is because we want to kind of support that pressure shift rather than have it kind of overrun us. But very soon after the pressure shifts into the right leg, we start to see a trace that has the body or the pressure or the weight actually moving back to the target. So just past where the club is about parallel to the ground, we see that the pressure goes back to there, and then it starts actually shifting left again toward the target. So when people ask me what starts the downswing, or you know, is it my hips, is it my shoulders, is it with the square to square method, is it just that unwinding of the rotation of the body? It's a tough one to answer. I mean, I can tell you ideally what it looks like if we track the pressures in your feet. I can tell you that there is a transition very early on from backswing rotation, but actually shifting toward the target in your downswing or toward your lead foot in the downswing. But to be particular and precise, I would actually have to say that what starts the downswing, and this isn't going to be as precise as you'd like it, but what starts the downswing is actually our intention. So if I'm a player who has a swing intention or a swing pattern that tends to be a fade pattern, and I want to hit on the target side of the golf ball, the first thing that I'm going to do as I start to think about hitting the ball or coming back to the ball is I'm going to rotate this way and kind of cover the ball with my chest. So that would be a fade, a downward angle of attack from the outside. If I shift that and I say, okay, I want to change my angle of attack, or I want to change my path coming into the ball, if I change that intention and I practice coming more from the inside, so this would be more of a draw pattern, what you might be able to see there is that my club is reaching its lowest point back by my back foot. So just by changing my pattern or my intention, I change my pattern. And when I change my pattern, my intention changes my pattern, that pattern has a whole bunch of different body movements associated with it. So what starts the downswing is not necessarily as important as having a really clear intention and practicing that intention. Your body will accommodate that intention as long as you give it enough time, trial and error, to figure it out. Now, if just talking about this, if I make this change where I'm actually swinging more in to out, and that's moving my low point back here, if I couple the intention of having an in to out swing with a forward low point, watch what happens to my swing. So I've changed my intention to be in to out. That's shifted everything. My hips aren't unwinding as fast. My sternum's not coming over and covering on this side. It's actually more back behind the ball. But if I say, okay, now I want a forward low point, well, now I need to hit the ground up there. So what will I do? What will my body do instinctively to get that done? Well, it will shift this way. It'll shift toward the target. So now I've got an extreme amount of pressure and indeed probably most of my weight on my lead foot, because my intention was to swing from the inside and to get a forward low point, and the only way to get a forward low point is for my body to shift. Now, again, the importance here is that you understand that you're not trying to make your body shift. You're trying to make a golf swing with an intention, and whatever that intention is, your body's going to do its best job to accommodate that. So if I want to be exact about the body movements, I would have to go pretty deep into biomechanics, and I would also have to know your body really, really well, more well than anybody maybe is able to know it, in order to determine what's the best first move for you to start the downswing. However, if I can give you a good intention, if I can give you a good, really clear picture for what it would look like if you were to make the swing that you intended, and then we can work on improving to the body to get that intention done, or to get those swing mechanics to happen, then your body's going to figure out what's the best first move. If you got a painful left knee, like I skateboarded probably too much, and I've got this really sore left knee at times, so that forces me to set up a little bit different, in a little bit different way, if I want to get my intention to happen. Now, I don't know exactly what my body's doing to accommodate my intention. I just know that it is accommodating my intention, because if it weren't able to accommodate my intention, then I would actually have to have a thought about what to do with my legs during the downswing. But I don't. I have a clear picture for what I intend to have the shot be. That's what I do first. And the second thing I say is, okay, if I were to produce that shot, how would that feel? And once I really feel comfortable that I can see the shot, and now I've got a sensation for it in my body, then I trust myself to get set up to allow for that to happen. So this is a pretty long-winded explanation of the answer, but I feel extremely strongly that if you can stay focused on intention, and we have the proper intention, or the ideal intention, then your body will accommodate and will react to that, as long as you don't get in the way. Meaning, if someone's told you along the line that you need to have your feet parallel to the target line and perpendicular as far as how they're standing there, and you try to make a swing that has you coming more from the inside and then the forward low point, so you need to shift forward, but your knee or your hip or your spine or whatever it is doesn't allow for that to happen, you'll probably start to see that your left foot will shift more this way. It'll start to open up or lead out toward the target. And that's just because your body's trying to find a way to get you in position to make the intention happen. Now, if you say, I see, like you notice that foot's not where you thought it should be, and you try to go back and straighten it up, you're probably gonna have a much harder time of producing your intention or your swing that you intend to have. So hopefully this helps you guys. Again, this is an open video in the Facebook group, so feel free to comment, submit your swing videos there. Anybody not in the Facebook group, you're welcome to comment or like on the YouTube video. However, for the feedback and for the benefit of the group, I'd love to see you guys in the Facebook group so we can all kind of continue this conversation, and that's where you're going to find me most easily and most capable to reply to comments and things like that. So thanks for watching. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'd love to see more of you guys in the Facebook group. We're really starting to get some cool stuff going on there, so come join us. It's called the Sam Golden Clubhouse, and there's a link in the description for that.